EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us north of the border in the beautiful city of Toronto, Canada. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Dreadnoughts of Toronto. The final 2-week stretch of the 2023 regular season, and we are underway Week 17 here on this New Year's Eve. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You talk about this Rams defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window. Because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league.
And going deep for Hill. And this is dropped. Oh, boy. A chance for a big play early, but he could not secure it.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Fuck.
And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. Now we've got a stoppage for an injured player, and that appears to be Garrett Wilson.
Hopefully that's not a long injury.
And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Throwing on 1st down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. That is caught. They'll have the 1st down and more than that. Touchdown, LA! DJ Moore with a milestone. Career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line.
I think he gets up to 25. Let's see if that's a rule in Madden.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Trenton Simpson, well, he just flew in there to drop him. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And he'll take this back down inside the 20.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it first and goal. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Garrett Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Rams are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's incomplete. You talk about this Rams defense. They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
The best defenses I know, they draw lines in the sand and say you're not going to cross that. For most of them, it's 100 yards of total offense. They didn't quite accomplish that, but still a pretty darn good.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And a terrific return there. They're finally able to corral it down near the 11-yard line. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
Now 2nd and 5. Back to throw here, Herbert to Barkley on the check down. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there. Herbert now. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Rams have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a couple. Another run for Gibbs here, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
(21-0) our score after one. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. On 2nd down, here's Gibbs. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. Out route to Hill, complete. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Herbert. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. Maybe a little over-anxious in the pocket there. He just didn't look comfortable on that throw.
No, he didn't because it wasn't his normal fluid delivery. And I think you might have had it right. Wasn't really confident with what he saw downfield and almost felt like he wanted to pull that one back.
This one goes out wide for Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll take this one down to the 36. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for all game.
That probably.
They've got to start becoming solutions.
And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in, and the lead will hold at 3 touchdowns. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, and other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Back to throw now on first down. And going deep for Hill. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Trying the left side with Gibbs. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. And this offense on third down today, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. They'll look to throw here on first down. And it'll be intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it, and the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to a stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 41-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Tarvarius Moore, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Now for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's good for 28 yards. They'll throw now on the final play. And going deep for Hill. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
So now the other return teams out there, as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. His throw incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
Oh, boy.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. There he goes left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll go to Barkley again. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Herbert. He dumps it off to Barkley. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Los Angeles.
Here's Herbert. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Garrett Wilson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it is 42-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Made at the 25-yard line. They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 5. Gibbs straight ahead. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll try and throw for it here. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that. What do you think, partner? A season's worth of highlights in just 4 quarters? I think that's what we're seeing from this group.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the 50, here's Herbert. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down LA. Barkley inside handoff. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. 2nd down, here's Barkley again. And a short gain down to about the 33. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Kayvon Thibodeaux in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now a toss right to Barkley. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Now it's Herbert. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Another touchdown here in the fourth quarter. And, Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And, partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball and sometimes even your special teams. And that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. A third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Oh, fighting off the defender. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Right back to him on 1st down. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, it's Knight. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.